I shockingly learned yesterday that filmmaker Ted Kotcheff passed away on April 10th. I'd like to briefly honor his legacy by looking at 5 key movies that he made. Certainly reflect the diverse and versatile nature of his filmography. First up is the eerie 1971 thriller Wake and Fright. This is an incredible Australian-produced film that, believe it or not, we almost lost. It had a small run in Australia upon its release, and then, well, there weren't really many prints left, up until the point that there was one left in existence at a movie theater in Pittsburgh, and it was actually getting ready to be thrown in the trash. But luckily, Drafthouse Films was looking for a print to restore. They found out about this one, and they got there to salvage it just in time. This is an eerie movie that looks at the generally self-destructive nature of human beings and puts its focus on one man's drinking binge over a weekend in the desolate outback. I had been trying to see this on the big screen for 12 years, and last year at Fantastic Fest, I finally got that opportunity, and it was beautiful. In 1974, he would follow it up with a football comedy, North Dallas 40. It's a really fun film that just reflects the entertaining nature of raunchy sports comedies in the 70s. In 1979, he would do another comedy, Fun with Dick and Jane. I do feel this film somewhat maintains a status as a classic, but interestingly enough, I don't really hear much talk around it. People seem to be more familiar with its 2005 remake starring Jim Carrey. But the next film he did would be his most successful and definitely well known. That would be First Blood, the first installment in the Rambo franchise. To go from an eerie thriller to 2 comedies to a straight-up action film, this dude had range. And I feel how great this film is really just speaks for itself. And I do feel that this and its sequel, Rambo First Blood Part 2, are pretty on par with each other. And after being relatively under the radar for a number of years, Kotcheff would have a really big comeback in the late 80s with Weekend at Bernie's. Yup, the same guy who directed First Blood directed this comedy gem. Again, the dude had range. And this film is hilarious. It's such a great reflection of 80s comedies. Its whole concept is so entertaining, although not very plausible. But hey, it's Hollywood. Sometimes logic can just go out the window. And of course, this film's popularity landed it a really good sequel. One that I actually think is relatively just as good as this one.